Good afternoon and welcome to this afternoon session on PM GatiShakti National Master Plan for Multimodal Connectivity. At the outset, I would like to thank Crescendo Worldwide for giving me this opportunity to present my views on multimodal transport system integration, the key to the success of multimodal connectivity. Greetings to all the viewers watching this live streaming of the session on multimodal transport system integration, the key to the success of GatiShakti mission of Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji. The primary objective of National Master Plan on GatiShakti is to shun the old-fashioned approach towards government-funded or sponsored projects about poor quality, long delays, unnecessary hurdles, and blatant misuse and abuse of public money or taxpayers' money, which the Honorable PM coined it as insult to public money, as the successive governments of the past were totally indifferent to completion of projects with minimum time and cost overruns. Work in progress signages and billboards that were omnipresent for majority of projects across the length and breadth of the country had become synonymous with distrust, frustration, and agony of the public. And most of them had reconciled to the fact of Chalta hai attitude. India of the 21st century and more predominantly of the current decade of 2020 to 2030 is moving towards the new mantra, will for progress, work for progress, wealth for progress, plan for progress, and preference for progress. A new work culture for completing projects within stipulated time frame and within budgeted cost is setting firm ground, with efforts now driven towards completing the projects before stipulated date of completion. Next generation infrastructure and multimodal connectivity will get momentum from this National Master Plan. This will give impetus to the government policies related to infrastructure from concept to commissioning, from planning to execution. GatiShakti National Master Plan will provide accurate information and guidance for the completion of government's projects within the stipulated time frame. Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, formally launched the PM GatiShakti National Master Plan for Multimodal Connectivity on the auspicious day of Durgashtami, dated 13th of October 2021. With the vision and action plan set out, I now share innumerable opportunities and initiatives under multimodal transport system and its integration from concept to commissioning stage with a view to making GatiShakti National Master Plan a success. Let's begin with policy and budget perspectives. The Union Budget Cabinet cleared the PM GatiShakti National Master Plan for Multimodal Connectivity on 21st of October 2021. It is a giant stride in India's ambitious goal of achieving US $5 trillion economy. Announced during the Prime Minister's address to the nation on the 75th Independence Day on 15th of August 2021 from the ramparts of the Red Fort in New Delhi, PM GatiShakti, which is coined for speed and power, focuses on India's citizens, industries, manufacturers, farmers, villages, among others. PM GatiShakti is supposed to break departmental silos and institutionalize holistic planning for stakeholders across major infrastructure projects. The PM GatiShakti will ensure that India of the 21st century does not waste money on time due to lack of coordination in infrastructure projects. Under the PM GatiShakti National Master Plan, everything from roads to railways, from aviation to agriculture, various ministries and departments would be interlinked. A technology platform has also been prepared for every mega project so that each department has accurate information on time. For such ambitious goal to be achieved with minimum time and cost overrun, or ideally zero time and cost overrun, a robust institutional framework must be in place. The institutional framework for rolling out, implementation, monitoring, and support mechanism is designed to have a three-tier system. Empowered Group of Secretaries or EGOs, Network Planning Group or NPG, Technical Support Unit or TSU. The EGOs will be headed by the Cabinet Secretary and will consist of secretaries of 18 ministries as members and the head of Logistics Division as the member convener. The EGOs have been mandated to review and monitor implementation of PM GatiShakti to ensure logistics efficiency. It is empowered to prescribe framework and norms for undertaking any subsequent amendments to the master plan. CCEA or Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has also approved formation, composition and terms of reference for Network Planning Group, that is NPG, consisting of heads of network planning wing of respective infrastructure ministries, and it will assist the EGOs. Further, in view of the complexities involved in overall integration of networks, enhancing optimization to avoid duplication of works for holistic development of any region, as well as reducing logistics costs through microplan detailing, the technical support unit is approved for providing the required competencies. The GatiShakti master plan is designed to enhance efficiency and have an integrated approach by use of latest satellite imagery for visual understanding, coordination among various stakeholders, synchronization in implementation of projects, planning tools for route planning, land acquisition, permissions, and congestion reduction, and dashboard-based periodic monitoring for progress. Following ministries of the central government are involved in the PM GatiShakti National Master Plan since its inception. Ministry of Road Transport and Highways always leads, followed by Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, Ministry of Commerce and Industries, Ministry of Civil Aviation, Ministry of Railways, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, Ministry of Coal, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Ministry of Fisheries and Coastal Affairs, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Communication and Information Technology, and many more likely to join. Union budget for fiscal 22-23 was recently tabled before the Parliament in Feb-March 2022 and approved by both the houses. PM GatiShakti is a transformative approach for economic growth and sustainable development and is prominent in terms of budgetary allocations for various programs, initiatives and projects. The approach is driven by 7 engines, namely roads, railways, airports, ports which includes seaports, river water ports as well as inland ports, mass transport, waterways and logistics infrastructure. All 7 engines will pull forward the economy in unison. These engines are supported by the complementary roles of energy transmission, IT communication, bulk water and sewerage, and social infrastructure. Finally, the approach is powered by clean energy and Sabka Prayas, the efforts of central government, the state governments, various government undertakings, the private sector, all together leading to huge job and entrepreneurial opportunities for all, especially the youth. I now touch upon major projects. The scope of PM GatiShakti National Master Plan will encompass the 7 engines for economic transformation, seamless multimodal connectivity, and logistics efficiency. It will also include the infrastructure developed by the state governments as per the GatiShakti National Master Plan. The focus will be on planning, financing, including innovative ways, use of technology for speedier implementation. The projects pertaining to these 7 engines in the national infrastructure pipeline will be aligned with the PM GatiShakti National Framework. The touchstone of the master plan will be world-class modern infrastructure and logistics synergy among different modes of movement for both people and goods and location of projects. This will help raise the productivity and accelerate economic growth and development. Some insights into road projects. PM GatiShakti Master Plan for Expressway will be formulated in the fiscal 22-23 to facilitate faster movement of people and goods. The National Highways network will be expanded by 25,000 kilometers, for which 20,000 crores will be mobilized through innovative ways of financing to complement the public resources. Parvatmala, an innovative national ropeways development program, has been the preferred ecologically sustainable alternative to conventional roads in difficult hilly areas. National Ropeways Development Program will be taken up on PPP mode, that is the public-private partnership. The aim is to improve connectivity and convenience for commuters besides promoting tourism. This may also cover congested urban areas where conventional mass transit system is not feasible. Contracts for 8 ropeway projects for a length of 60 kilometers will be awarded in 2022-23. Coming to multimodal logistics parks, contracts for implementation of multimodal logistic parks at 4 locations through PPP mode will be awarded in fiscal 22-23. As high as 100 PM GatiShakti cargo terminals for multimodal logistics facilities will be developed during the next 3 years. Railways, which has always been the lifeline of the entire country, including transportation and logistics. There would be a whopping 400 new generation Vande Bharat trains with better energy efficiency and passenger riding experience to be developed and manufactured during the next 3 years. One station, one product concept will be popularized to help local businesses and supply chains. To improve the last mile connectivity and logistics integration, Railways will develop new products and efficient logistics services for small farmers and small and medium enterprises, besides taking the lead in integration of postal and railway networks to improve and provide seamless solutions for movement of parcels. As part of Atmanirbhar Bharat, 2,000 kilometers of network will be brought under Kavach, the indigenous and cost-effective world-class technology for safety and capacity augmentation in the year 22-23 in lieu of internationally renowned TCAS or Train Collision Avoidance System. Mass urban transport is another big areas of multimodal connectivity, especially in the urban space. Innovative ways of financing and faster implementation will be encouraged for building metro systems of appropriate type at scale. Multimodal connectivity between urban mass transport and railway stations will be facilitated on priority. Design of metro systems, including civil structures, will be reoriented and standardized for Indian conditions and needs. GatiShakti National Master Plan is driven by 7 engines, but for the viewers who are watching this live streaming with primary focus on Rail and Digi Expo 2022, I would focus on railways and mass transport systems and its multimodal integration and future business opportunities. Multimodal transport system and its integration. The railway segment. Capital investments to the tune of 2,45,000 crores or US $33 billion has been budgeted, comprising of 1,37,100 crores or $18 billion from general revenues and 1,08,500 crores or $15 billion from the IEBR, that is the internal and extra budgetary resources, to take up all capital expenses for the financial year 2022. Further breakup of capital investments covering major heads gives us and a promising future where dedicated freight corridor gets a high component of 15,000 crores, National High Speed Rail Corporation, which most of you already know, and the most discussed and the most ambitious being MAHSR, that is High Speed Rail between Mumbai and Ahmedabad. It gets an allocation of 24,000 crores. Indian Railways continues to get the largest share to take care of many projects, both in the greenfield segment, capacity augmentation, doubling of existing lines, railway electrification, so on and so forth. Public-private partnership also continues to get a large chunk of almost 24,000 crores. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, which provides funding for capital investments in metros and mass transit systems, also have made a capital investment outlay to the tune of 27,000 crores for the fiscal 22-23. The projects pertaining to these two engines of railways and mass transport system, as well as its integration into multimodal logistics hubs in the national infrastructure pipeline, will be aligned with the PM GatiShakti framework. The plan has been developed as a digital master planning tool by BISAG-N, which is Bhaskaracharya National Institute for Space Applications and Geoinformatics, and has been prepared in the most state-of-the-art dynamic geographic information system platform, wherein data on specific action plan of all the ministries, departments have been incorporated within a comprehensive database. Dynamic mapping of all infrastructure projects with real-time updation will be provided by way of a map developed by BISAG-N. The map will be built on open source technology and hosted securely on Meghraj, which is the cloud server of Government of India. It will use satellite imagery available from ISRO and base maps from Survey of India. The comprehensive database of the ongoing and future projects of various ministries has been integrated with a whopping 200 plus GIS layers, thereby facilitating planning, designing and execution of infrastructure projects with a common vision. The digital system is a software where individual ministries will be given separate user identification or login IDs to update their data on a periodic basis. The data of all the individual ministries will be integrated in one platform which will be available for planning, review and monitoring. The logistics divisions under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry will further assist all the stakeholders through BISAG-N for creating and updating the required layers in the system and update their database through application programming interfaces or APIs. IndiaInvestmentGrid.gov.in is the most versatile and state-of-the-art unified portal which gives huge and diversified information on opportunities available across multiple sectors in the NIP category or National Infrastructure Pipeline, non-NIP projects, stressed assets and CSR categories. Since our today's focus is on railways and multimodal connectivity associated with railways, I would enumerate briefly the various opportunities available for big business. The transport sector in India is expected to grow at a compounded annual growth rate of 5.9%, thereby becoming the fastest growing area of India's infrastructure sector. Transport includes well-developed roads and highways, a widespread railway network, fast-growing aviation and developing ports, shipping and inland waterways infrastructure. More than 6,400 opportunities, both small, medium, large and extra large, lie in store worth a huge $817 billion in the transport sector. The modes of implementation of these 6,000 plus opportunities are more than 4,000 opportunities in the EPC, that is the engineering, procurement, construction sector, 917 in PPP and 627 in mixed categories including deposit works. Coming to our area of interest, there are 631 opportunities in the railway track segment worth $169 billion, 452 opportunities in the urban transport worth $123 billion. Some of the screenshots which are available from India Investment Grid gives us a further breakdown of NIP and non-NIP projects. Logistics infrastructure which are at the moment available on the unified portal are 24 projects totaling to $5.1 billion. Some of the very known projects are multimodal transport hub at Boraki, which is $1.6 billion in state of Uttar Pradesh, integrated multimodal logistics hub at Nangal for $91 million in state of Haryana, integrated multimodal logistics hub at Nangal again in state of Haryana for $518 million. Moving forward to logistics infrastructure, there are 77 non-NIP projects totaling $271 million. We now come to the next segment of railway terminal infrastructure, which for most of us, we are familiar with the name of railway station redevelopment projects. These were earlier being carried out by IRSDC, which have now been regrouped back to the various railway zones. The railway terminal infrastructure has 37 projects totaling to $2.5 billion. You have railway infrastructure in the non-NIP projects category, which totals to $1.03 billion. Prominent among them being Nagpur railway station redevelopment, Gwalior railway station redevelopment and Kanpur railway station redevelopment. Moving on further to the next category of greenfield projects under railways. For the railway track segment, we have 610 NIP projects totaling to $168 billion. Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail project has been grouped under NIP category totaling to $14 billion, being a high-ticket project. Similarly, railway track projects in the non-NIP sector totals to 21 numbers and with a value of $1.38 billion. The third mode of connectivity is inland waterways. Inland waterways have got 11 NIP projects totaling to almost $3 billion, predominant among them being the Jalmarg Vikas project, West Bengal inland water transport, inland waterways and Komanor canals development projects in Andhra Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. There are other non-NIP projects totaling to another $1.6 billion. Moving from inland waterways to the urban space, urban public transport projects, there are 227 NIP projects totaling to a huge $120 billion, which includes various multimodal corridor development projects. It also includes the rapid transit system or the RRTS projects, which is famous for all of us, more being Delhi Gurugram SNB transport system project, Delhi Panipat regional rapid transport system projects. Moving to the next, urban transport in the non-NIP sector, we have 222 projects totaling to $3 billion, so on and so forth. With such huge opportunities and businesses in the multimodal transport sector up for grabs, it is necessary to have up-to-date information and knowledge on policies and procedures, various projects that are in the pipeline under conceptual stage for bidding, under implementation and their probable date of commercial operations, and to provide policy analytics, business analytics, project and energy management support. Infrastats LLP and its team is here to add value to prospective business entities. It was started as a startup in 2021 by our director and accredited energy auditor, Mr. Vikas Apte, who has more than 25 years of rich and varied experience as project management and energy management professional. In his more than 2 decades of professional career as an independent professional, he along with his associates and team has worked on multiple projects covering 5 major engines of the now famous GatiShakti National Master Plan, namely power and energy, railways and metro, multimodal transport system, civil aviation, infrastructure in the roads, highways and flyover segment. He also has rich and varied experience in the petrochemical sector and as an accredited energy auditor from Bureau of Energy Efficiency, Ministry of Power, Government of India, having conducted mandatory and non-mandatory energy audits for refinery, petrochemicals, chlor-alkali, thermal power plants, steel plants, commercial buildings, etc. The primary objective of Infrastats would be towards promoting various government policies, programs and initiatives, and also act as social media influencers in private, public and non-governmental organizations having direct or indirect presence in the above 5 engines or domains of GatiShakti National Master Plan on multimodal connectivity. The professional services team will add value to your business in 4 major areas of 1. Government policies and initiatives through policy analytics and reports. 2. Business and project intelligence on various flagship programs and projects. 3. M&E, that is monitoring and evaluation analytics and reports covering strategic planning, evaluation, forecasting for various stakeholders. And last but not the least, the 4th, public awareness page through social media updates on LinkedIn and the indigenous microblogging site Ku app. To know more about us, our team and range of services, you can reach us on info@infrastats.in, through WhatsApp on our cell number 98203-36218 or through our LinkedIn page. Last but not the least, we would like to thank Crescendo Worldwide and their entire team, with special thanks to Mr. Tushar Alekar, VP, and Mr. Ronak Shah, AVP, for giving us this opportunity to present and also be their knowledge partner for the 2nd edition of Rail and Digi Expo 2022. Thank you. Jai Hind.